Hey Instagram, yeah. Welcome to Real Life Cooking with Chefleen. I have a very special guest today. This is our election edition, civic duty edition. 1 second. What are we making today? Curried. Hey guys, welcome. Oops. Welcome. Hello people. Salad. Post. Oh, let me tag this. Pin comment. Oh. Hey, Shaylee's. Hey, Just Time Chef. Hey, Facebook. Is anyone here? One person's here. I can't see who, but hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Life Cooking, Election Edition. Can you guess who I'm voting for? You should too. If you care about your life. I have an amazing guest on today. We are making something in honor of Senator Kamala Harris. I kind of went back and forth if I wanted to make something in honor of Joe Biden or Senator Kamala. And I settled on Senator Kamala because, one, she's a woman, so that already makes her better. Two, she's the most exciting part of this election because, you know, we all have the status quo of who is who in America. All right, I'm just waiting for my guest. Hopefully she joins us soon, or else I'm going to have to continue on my own. Hopefully not, because she's really awesome. She is actually running for city office or office herself. Let me make sure I didn't miss her in here. Yeah, no, I didn't miss her. She's actually running for office, and she's going to talk about her own journey into the political world. into the political world. So, yeah, I can't wait to have her on. We are making a curry chicken salad. So, my guest said that she's not the best chef. That's not really her strong suit. So, I wanted to keep it really, really simple for her. And you guys at home, if anyone is cooking along at home. Hey, Chef. If anyone's cooking along at home, that would be great. Yeah, okay, Chichi's telling me I have to go this way. Again, if you guys have any questions along, oh, of course, as soon as I walk back, she asks her if she joins. All right, let the guest in. 1 second. Again, you guys, if you have any questions along the way throughout the whole episode, please drop them below. My technological guru. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, sorry, just trying to get my technology working for me here.
Welcome to Real Life Cooking. I was just explaining to everyone watching, if they have any questions, they can put them in the box below, and our technological guru, TT Lio, will relay them to us, so we don't have to be like squinting like who's talking to us. Welcome to Real Life Cooking. Today,
Thank you.
Explaining to everyone is Election Day edition. And I'm really, really glad to have you on the show because you are doing way more than your civic duty, way more than the average person, and you are actually involved in politics and in New York City. So if you want to just give like a little short introduction about yourself before we get started,
Sure.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Crystal Hudson. I am a first-generation American, a third-generation Brooklynite. I'm the only child of a single mother living with Alzheimer's disease, which is how I actually got into public service. I spent, over 10 years working in marketing and advertising, and then it was through the experience I had as a caregiver for my mother and difficulties in getting access to resources and services and trying to navigate the complicated bureaucratic systems that we have that got me into public service. And so I've been working in various capacities. My last job was working in the public advocate's office. So I've been working in public service for the last couple of years, and then a bunch of neighbors and friends have really encouraged me to run. And so here I am now running for city council. The election is in June of 2021, and I'm running to represent the neighborhoods of Crown Heights, Prospect Heights, Fort Greene, Clinton Hill, and Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn.
That is so awesome. Yeah, I feel like really embarrassed because I am like a political. I'm just starting to get in. So I really shied away from it when I was a child because my mom is super into politics and it was very extra in my house. So I was very turned off. But now, like over the past few years, things have gotten just, we need to be paying attention. But I'm very embarrassed to say that when I was introduced to you, I was like, I didn't even know like when city council elections were. So
that's okay. You're not
really
alone.
important to know.
Most people don't even know who their city council members are, and that's one of the things I hope to change in the city council is doing a lot more outreach, and specifically to the people who don't know who we are, because it's the people who know who their council members are that are making the calls, that are advocating for themselves, but the people who don't know who their city council members are often getting left behind. So
for sure. We have a question already.
Yes, question. What is the role of the city council?
What is the role of the city council?
That's a very good question. So the city council is like the legislative body of New York City. But the city council also is the most local level of government, which, really has the greatest impact on our day-to-day lives. So a city council member can introduce legislation and pass legislation at the city level, but so much at the city level is actually controlled by the state, which is a big part of the problem, in my opinion. City council members also decide on the budget, the New York City budget. So the mayor cannot pass the budget without approval from the city council. And then also in terms of like day-to-day stuff, quality of life issues, if there's a pothole on your street, you can call your city council member. If you need trash picked up, you can call your city council member. City council members can also allocate discretionary funding to schools. So for example, if there's a school that doesn't have air conditioning, and obviously we want all of our students to be learning in comfortable environments, the city council member can allocate funds so that that school can get air conditioning, just as one example, or computers, or whatever it may be. So
awesome. Yeah, that's all really important stuff.
All really important.
And I think also because I'm originally from California, so like moving to New York, it's like you don't feel. I've been here 8 years now, so now I'm starting to feel like I really live here. So that's why I'm getting more into this kind of thing, because those are really important things, like the area you're living in, these sorts of things. So yeah, but all right, let's go ahead and start cooking because that's what
let's do it.
Here for. Today again, we're making curry chicken salad. Super easy, really great to make at the beginning of the week or whenever you have a leftover roasted chicken. Today we're cheating a little bit, but the reason why we're making this recipe is because in honor of Senator Kamala Harris.
Yes.
The most, as I was telling people, the most exciting part of the election.
Most exciting part, absolutely.
Her favorite food is a roasted chicken to make because you can eat it that night, then you can make a bunch of salads, you can put it on sandwiches. So it's a very versatile kind of thing. And then on a double ode to her, we're making a curry chicken salad to celebrate her Indian heritage as well. So yeah, very simple. I'm just gonna go over the ingredients. You need a chicken. Roasted tier chicken is the easiest way to go. But if you're Martha Stewart, you can cook it yourself. And then you need
ambitious for me.
You said what?
I said that's a bit ambitious for me, but I've got the chicken here, ready to go.
And then we're gonna use 2 kinds of onion. We're using red onion. I like the sweetness of red onion, and then we're gonna use the tops of the green onion. And then to add a little bit of sweetness, we're gonna add either apple or grapes. That's like my secret weapon in chicken salad. A lot of people put celery for crunch, but I like apple or grapes because it adds a nice sweetness, especially pairing well with the next ingredient, curry powder. And then in any chicken salad, you always need some more, well, you don't always, but a lot of times you have mayonnaise and mustard, Dijon mustard, none of that yellow stuff. I hope you don't have that because I just disclaimed it. And then we need a lemon. But the first thing that we're going to start to do is actually take apart our chicken. So, and another sad thing to say, I went to my grocery store in Harlem today right before this. And they had no more roasted tier chickens, no more whole ones.
Oh no.
So I got a little sad half of a chicken, which I can still make the recipe with, but I won't have such a robust salad as you.
Well, if anyone can do something with nothing, I know it's you. I'm glad that wasn't the case for me, and I got the chicken that I need.
Yeah, I mean, that is like what my goal is to like, inspire people. So before I go off rambling, you want to just take the skin off the chicken. You don't want that in your salad. And then we're just going to take the meat off of like the different pieces and just kind of like shred it with your fingers a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a perfect piece or anything like that, but just shred it a bit so it's more bite-sized.
Okay. Skin off and shred it.
Yep. And in your case, since you do have the whole chicken, you can use the whole chicken, or you can like save half of it just to eat as it is. Or this chicken is extra, extra dry. I have over here. It's like hard. Wow. I guess
mine is nice and still slightly warm and a little moist. So I think
I'm so jealous. Like, look at this hard skin. This hard skin I have happening over here. It's like this is like chicken jerky.
I've got nice good quality chicken over here.
Where did you get your chicken from?
I got mine from Union Market.
Oh, nice. I don't think I've been
a local
there.
Yeah, local spot, local grocery store.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a little sad at this. Okay, it's getting better in the thigh area. It's a little more juicy, but that leg was just sad. But it's okay because we're gonna add a lot of mayonnaise and other juices.
You'll heat it up a little bit.
Yes. So you said your mom having Alzheimer's got you into politics.
Yeah.
You just found like it was just super hard to get resources and things, or?
Yeah, and I really, I felt like my mom was a nurse at Harlem Hospital, actually, in your neck of the woods, and for over 30 years, and it just felt like she had spent the majority of her life and her full career caring for other people, and when it was time for her to receive care, there was none really to be found. And so I wanted to make it easier for people coming behind me and for people who come from families like mine. Like I said, I'm the only child of a single mother. And so, resources are limited. And so I just wanted to make a difference and help other people. And so I decided to work in government. I felt like that was, the easiest way for me to actually have a direct impact on people's lives. And I worked for my local council member, which is for the seat that I'm running for now, because I really wanted to work on behalf of my community. My family has been in this community for 3 generations, and it was really important to me to do work on behalf of, my family, my neighbors, my people. So yeah, that's how
You've lived in the same community that you're now going to be running for office in?
Yes, born and raised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's so cool. Like people that live in the same place. I haven't been all over the place, but I was like, as soon as I turned a certain age, I was like, well, getting out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I left. I went to college in Atlanta, and then I went to grad school in D.C. I lived in D.C. for 9 years. And it was my mother really who brought me back because I, became her caregiver. Mm-hmm. I was always planning to come back to New York. No place is like New York. So I was always coming back to New York.
Say that again for my fiance in the back.
No, for all the people in the back, there's no place like New York. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But why make it anywhere else when you can, in fact, make it here?
I totally am on your vibe, man. We are soul sisters. Chris went to grad school in DC as well, and he lived there for a lot of his adult life, and he keeps trying to convince me that that's the place to be, and I'm like, well, why?
I mean, DC's cool, but it's not New York. There's no place like New York, so that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, I mean,
did he hear me though? Did he hear me?
I don't know. He might be watching football still.
All right.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about New York and it's an eventual recovery from COVID. Like obviously, it's taken quite a toll on our city. Yeah. How do you think like the city will rebound from it, or not, or maybe?
I think for me, that's one of the most exciting things. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. The COVID recovery is not one of the most exciting things, but one of the most exciting things about the 2021 municipal elections, which will be city council, also the mayoral seat will be up for re-election, as well as the city comptroller and all citywide positions. And one of the most exciting things for me about that is the fact that we'll have the opportunity to really put in place people who are thinking very intentionally about how we have a just recovery and how we come out of COVID, really centering the people who've been most deeply impacted by COVID. So for me, that means Black and Latinx people, you know, who have suffered the most, who've experienced the most rate of infections and the highest rates of death, people in Queens and the Bronx and Brooklyn. You know, I think it'll be an opportunity for us to really, you know, elect the people that we think can actually get us out of this. I mean, we have to think about the economy, small businesses, all the jobs that have been lost. And we need people who will really put all of that first.
For sure. Because we're the people that have been living in the city. Everyone that's super wealthy just kind of left.
Right.
So we have literally been living through this.
Yeah.
I am going to show you guys how much chicken I got off of my little half piece of dried chicken from Bessiette Market.
I think I'm going a little slow here, but I'm gonna keep peeling this away.
Okay. With this is actually not trash. You don't have to throw it in trash. You can make chicken stock out of this. So what you would do is just put this in a pot with some water, like 6. People always ask me how much water. Enough water. Fill a big pot with water.
Enough.
And then you're gonna boil it down until it's like reduced by half, and then you should have a pretty flavorful stock to make like your own base of chicken soup or any kind of soup that you want to make, because you know the bones have a lot of flavor and a lot of nutrients and like health benefits as well. Like what is the word I'm thinking of? The gelatin in there is really good for you. And yeah, it's not gonna taste like, oh my gosh, chicken soup, but it'll be a nice base for whatever soup you make in the future. I'm gonna leave this here for TT. I'm not taking this home with me, but TT can make her own chicken stock. And I'm gonna wash my hands really quickly, so my hands are greasy.
How do I know when I've had enough chicken?
So that's a great question. So this recipe is it's kind of funny because you said you don't cook so much. This recipe is a recipe
At all.
that has, it's not really a recipe. It's more of a feeling. So for someone that doesn't cook so much, it might be a little challenging to feel this out. But really, you can adjust all the measurements and all the things to exactly how you like it. So you can stop at any amount of chicken, and then you're just gonna have to add like more mayonnaise, more apple, or more onion, you know. And you have a whole thing of all of those things, so you're not gonna run out if you do the whole chicken. But like we're gonna make the same exact salad, and I have less than you, so it's like really it doesn't matter. You can stop now if you wanted.
I'll stop now. This last piece, I'll break it up and I'll stop.
Actually, fun fact: this was one of the things I really hated doing as a kid that my mom used to make me do in the kitchen is shred the chicken like after she would boil it. I just really hated it. Like, and now I can do it so fast. It's like really insane the things that when you're a child really ruined your life, and now you're like that.
Full circle. I'm gonna wash my hands for 2 seconds.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, if you guys are just joining us, welcome to Real Life Cooking. We have Crystal Hudson here. She is running for city council in Brooklyn for a lot of different places that I can't remember all of them, but it's the 35th district. We are making curry chicken salad in honor of Senator Kamala Harris, or SOR Kamala Harris. Notice the pink and green here.
I did pick up on that one.
And we are not stressing out about election night. It's 2 days away. We're going to ease into this because what is going to be is going to be. But I'm really excited to have Crystal here because she is a living example of, you know, being what you want to be and kinds of people we can vote into office that can really make effective change for ourselves that align with our goals and values. All right, so we've shredded our chicken so far. We are gonna now do a bunch of chopping. Nice job. So you haven't messed up yet. Nice job.
Yeah. I've got to do something. I got to put this chicken away though. Give me 1 second so I can clear the cutting board.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on to our onion. I'm gonna wait for Crystal to.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Have you voted yet? By the way, have you already voted?
Oh yeah, I voted yesterday actually, and the line was
awesome.
Super short. We went right at the end of the day,
That's the
And
best time to go for early voting.
it really was, because the lines around here were pretty crazy, which is inspiring until you have to go and stand in the line.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was really easy. The coworkers are super nice. I got like 8 stickers. I was like, I already have some. They're like, take some more. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I early voted. The last presidential election, I actually mailed in my ballot. But it felt nice to like go and physically be there, be a part of it.
All right.
Yeah.
I got my onion. I have a funny story actually about a voting sticker. I went to vote, I think sometime last week. And when I was leaving the polling site, the poll worker gave me, have you seen like the future voter stickers for kids?
Oh yeah.
And she gave me a future voter sticker, and I was like, "Oh, ma'am, I'm an adult." And she like looked at me sideways, like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "I just voted." And she was like, "Oh, are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes."
That's so funny.
Yes.
That
And so then I had to like, negotiate with her to get my "I voted" sticker, but I got it.
You're like, this doesn't count. It doesn't feel right.
But I always take that as a compliment. When you're under 21. You're mad because you're like,
Foolish. We were so
trying to
foolish
get my little
back
drink
then.
on. But over like 30, I'm like, oh, I'm good. Thank you. Black don't crack. Yes.
For sure. So with our onion, we just cut off, well, I just cut off the top part, the papery tip, not the rooted bottom. So this little pointy part. And then I'm going to cut it in half through that rooted end. So it looks like this. And then, depending on how much you like onion or how strong you want the onion flavor actually, how strong do you like your onion flavor? Or are you not a huge onion fan?
I like onion.
Okay, so you can probably use half of it. I'm going to use a fourth of it because I have less chicken than you.
Okay.
But what you're going to do is peel back the skin. We want to mince it. And I have a very specific way that I've done maybe 1,000 times on real life cooking. Try to follow along as best you can.
Okay, we'll do my very best.
So I just realized I brought 2 different kinds of onion to a house where someone doesn't like onion. All right. So what you're going to do is put this whole peeled half down on your cutting board as close to you as possible with the rooted end pointed to your left. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the rooted end's pointed to your left. Then you're going to take your knife and slide it through horizontally a few times.
I'm already starting to cry over here.
So maybe you only want to use half of it if it's super strong. So you're going to cut through horizontally, so it's still intact at the bottom here, but there's like some horizontal lines cut through it, like a little booklet.
Okay, I have to make a confession now.
What is the confession?
I cut off the rooted end before you said not to.
All right, well then this one's going to be kind of hard to do.
Okay, I have another one I can use. Should I do that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me jump to that
Otherwise,
one.
I would suggest that you just use that onion for slicing because.
Okay. Let me get this
You
end.
know,
I'm keeping the rooted end.
Honesty is the best policy. You're winning already as a politician.
All right, I'm just peeling this one back for a second here. But you can proceed. I know I have to get a couple of horizontal slices in.
Yep. And then once you get those in, actually I can just wait for you. It gets complicated.
Okay. I'm sorry, folks. Just
It's
give me
really not complicated.
peeling it. It's coming.
But if you've never done it before, it can get there's a few steps, so I don't want you to get lost.
Okay, here we go. Peeled away. I got the rooted end on my left side. I have to cut it in half first. Hold on. All right. Rooted end. I'm making a few horizontal slices.
Yep. And then you're going to have your onion facing away from you, so the rooted end is facing forward, away from you.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your knife, slide it through down, without cutting all the way through, but you're cutting all the way down.
Okay.
So basically what you're creating is
I think I see what you're doing.
Yeah, like a cross hatch in your onion here.
My mom used to cut her onions like this.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe not quite with like the rooted end on and all that, but like it's definitely recognizable. All right.
And then from there, you're going to, from there, you're going to turn it back with the rooted end to the left, and then cut your onion straight down.
All right.
And the reason we leave the rooted end is because it just helps hold all those layers together a bit easier.
Got it.
And then you can decide how much, you said your onion was strong, you can decide how much of this you want to put into your chicken. I'm only going to put in about like half of what I just cut up.
What am I supposed to do? Put some water in my mouth?
For no crying when you're cutting onions?
Yeah. You're getting blurry now, Chefleen. Try not to cry on the onions here.
Yeah, my onion's starting to get strong too. Let me move this out the way. One of the ways that you can stop it is to put your onion in the freezer for like 10 minutes.
I don't have time for that.
You can also, I heard like if you wear contacts or glasses, it makes it easier a bit. Also, holding a piece of bread in your mouth sometimes absorbs some of the
bread.
So holding bread in your mouth while you're
cutting. I got some bread here. Let me grab a little piece of bread real quick.
Yeah.
Don't rub your eyes.
Yeah, and don't rub your eyes.
Yeah, right.
Don't rub your eye.
Thank you. Very important tip. The bread probably has some onion on it for my fingers, but. All right.
So you got your onion in the bowl? Okay,
no.
Cool.
Let me put my onion in the bowl. The bread is working though, almost instantly.
Good. Uh-oh. And if you guys watching have any questions for me or for Crystal, now's your time to ask. You're almost anonymous too. You can ask, any random question you have about government that you feel embarrassed to ask, like me. I didn't know what
Totally.
the elections were.
No embarrassment in it. I'm just gonna rinse my hands, get the onion off real quick.
Okay, cool. And then we're gonna move on to the apple, which is not near. We get the hard stuff out the way first. That is my motto.
What kind of apple?
This is I don't know what kind of apple this is. It's like a fake Honeycrisp because it came from what store is that?
I've got an apple here.
My favorite apple is Honeycrisp, honestly. And I found out why they're so expensive and why they're so tasty because they don't travel nearly as well as any other apple.
Oh, interesting.
Some of our apples that are in grocery stores literally can sit for like a month in refrigeration, so you're not even getting like a fresh apple.
Fresh apple.
Yeah, but Honeycrisp.
Yeah, that is a good thing to know.
Mm-hmm. I
need to only be buying Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, you need a really big budget to buy Honeycrisp apples all the time.
All right, I'm gonna I don't like the skin.
Okay, so you're gonna peel.
So I usually peel. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay for me to do? Does it compromise the recipe at all?
No, it won't mess up the recipe.
Right.
Chris is here, so if you want to say what you said about New York City a little earlier, now.
Listen, New York City is the only place to be. You can go anywhere, and nothing compares to New York. And if you've lived in New York, you should know that. And so, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And if you can make it here, then there's no reason to even try making it anywhere else. So,
Thank you.
Question. So this is not from Chris. He hasn't responded yet, but I'm sure Chris will say something. The question is, how can people learn more and support your campaign?
Oh, that's a very good question, and thank you for asking. My website is Crystal, spelled like the gem, Crystal, forbk.com. You can sign up to volunteer. You can donate. One fun fact about New York City campaigns is that we have really good campaign finance laws. And we have a program called Matching Funds Program. So any donation from a New York City resident to my campaign, to any New York City campaign, gets matched 8-1. So if you donate $10, the city gives me $80, and that $10 donation turns into $90.
That's awesome.
It's very awesome. It's one of the best programs around. The state has a long way to go in terms of voting laws and voter access, as we've all seen. And, the Board of Elections is a mess. which shouldn't deter anybody from voting anyway. But in the city, the campaign finance laws are actually really amazing, and they make people like me who are considered to be non-traditional candidates, because I'm not a straight, cisgendered, older white man.
We had enough of those.
We had enough of those. And so it makes people like me, it makes it possible for people like me to run for office. You know, I don't come from money. I don't have a whole lot of money. And so to know that people can donate and the city is going to match it 8 times is amazing.
Yeah.
And levels the playing field.
For sure.
All right,
I
apple
have
is
a question,
peeled.
but I'm going to get us started on cutting this apple first. So
Yep.
basically what you're going to do is just cut off slices from one side. Because what the goal here is that we're going to make cubes. So you just want to make planks that look like this.
I see. Okay.
And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you have equal size planks. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other, like once your apple looks like this, you're going to do the same thing on this side as well. And what is our question?
Our comment, Chris Coy has now responded. And he has said, why struggle here? To live like a pauper in New York or live like a king somewhere else?
Listen, it's all relative, right? It's all about perspective. So I can't argue with you. You know, New York is a very expensive place to live, and that's part of the problem. That's also part of why I'm running. Affordable housing is a huge issue for everybody in this city. And I mean, like, truly affordable housing.
Yeah, $30,000 for a 2-bedroom is on a
yeah, it's like not, but there's no place like New York. And so if we can elect people like myself into office who are committed to making New York a city that really works for everyone and not just some people, then come holler at me. And then we can see, you know, what it's like to live in New York.
Awesome. All right, so once you have your slices of apple, we're going to take those into, well, we have our planks, we're going to take them into sticks. So if you want, you can stack a couple of them on top of each other.
Okay.
Or you can do them one by one, depending on how snazzy you're feeling. And then you're going to cut your planks into strips that'll look like little fries. I like to stop here sometimes if I'm adding apple to salad, because I think this is a fun shape to add to salad sometimes. And then from those fry shape, you're going to just turn those and then cut your little cubes from there.
Okay.
And you can, again, you can stack them as, let me bring these closer so you can see. You can stack as many as you want on top of each other. It just gets a little more difficult to cut them as evenly as possible when there's more on top. And I'm going to add in my whole apple because I just really like the crunch and sweetness that apple brings. I also noted in the recipe that I posted, you can add in grapes. I normally cut those in quarters, which is super annoying, but it really adds to your salad instead of having gigantic halves of grapes inside your salad.
Kudos to anyone who can cut a grape in quarters.
Yeah, some of my clients that I used to work for, they had small children, so I used to have to cut fruit and things in the most annoying ways. Like, I used to have to peel grapes for, like, a 1-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And then cut them into, like, not even quarters, like 8s.
Wow. I mean, I have to admit, I would have been that kid because, like I said, I don't like the skin of any fruit.
Yeah, no,
including grapes. But
my kid is not going to eat grapes until they're 5 if I need to see.
Right, right. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you.
I'm not showing you this good life.
All right, am I putting the apples in the bowl?
Yep, put your apples in the bowl. Are you done already chopping them up?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I've got like several handfuls like this.
Nice. Yep, perfect. All right, and then next we're going to add in, because apple oxidizes quickly, so we want to start adding in some lemon juice just to make sure that we can try to prevent that browning as fast as possible. I cut my lemons not straight in half, but in thirds, so I'm going to cut it slightly off center on one side, and then slightly off center on the other side.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed that for a second. Show me the direction that I'm supposed to be.
So lengthwise, you're going to cut it slightly off center one side, slightly off center the other side, and you'll end up with a middle piece that looks like this.
Okay. Slightly off center that side, slightly off center this side.
Yep, and the reason why you're doing that is because you'll notice when you go to squeeze this, you're going to get so much more lemon juice with a lot less effort than if you just cut it straight in half.
You're right, because there are no seeds on these end pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So squeeze all this in. Am I squeezing the whole lemon or just the?
So right now you can squeeze just half of it because it's really just to help the apple not oxidize. Okay. And then toss it around just so that lemon juice kind of gets distributed.
Okay.
And then like when we go to taste this later, we can add more lemon if we want more acidity in it.
Got it.
All right, so we're almost done. So let's move on to our green onion. You're probably only gonna need. You're probably only gonna need like 2 little pieces of green onion, and we're only gonna use the very top parts. We're not gonna use because we already added that pretty sharp onion with the red onion, so we don't need this bottom part, which is generally stronger in flavor.
Okay.
I'm gonna rinse mine off.
Mine were rinsed already.
Okay, so you can just start slicing them. As pretty thin. I like that you were prepared, Crystal.
I rinsed everything before I came onto IG.
So yeah, we're just gonna cut this. This is gonna add some green, obviously green color, a little bit more freshness. You can also, instead of green onion, you can add cilantro, or you could add chives, or you can add parsley.
My partner loves all of those herbs. I can't tell one from the other.
I like green onion because they last the longest in the fridge, in my opinion. Cilantro generally goes bad pretty quickly. Chives, I just don't have a lot of use for chives, so like it's hard for me to justify spending like $3.49 on something I'm going to use once. So green onions are the most versatile, but you can also, if your partner likes them all, you can add all of them, and it'll just be really fresh and really herby. And,
oh, that's cool. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we added in our green onion. Now we're gonna add in our curry powder. So add in about a teaspoon or so, and if you wanted more intense curry flavor, you could actually dry toast your curry powder in a pan for like 1 to 2 minutes, just to like really bring out those aromas. I actually could have done that today, but I had planned not to because Chris really hates the smell of curry.
When you say dry toast, what does that mean exactly?
So you just put it in like a small little skillet saucepan and just put the teaspoon in, and then just put it over like medium heat and shake it, and then for like a minute, and then you'll smell it, which means it's like really awoken in a sense.
Got it.
And then you put it right in.
Cool. All right, so we're going just plain curry though, right?
Yeah, we're going plain curry. So I never measure anything. I would say 1.5 teaspoons. We can always add more. Oh.
Well, I have my little measuring guide, so.
We can always add more if we get to the end and we're like, oh, we want a little bit more pack of a punch of the curry flavor.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna add in our mayonnaise and mustard. And again, what I was telling you at the beginning of the show is this is a very versatile recipe. So if you hate mayonnaise, you don't have to put that much. You can put just enough to make it like, moist.
Right.
I need a lot for this dry chicken over here. If you love mayonnaise, you can put like 4 cups of mayonnaise. That would be disgusting, but you could if you wanted to.
I like mayonnaise and I love mustard.
Okay, so I would put like about 1/4 of a cup to start. You'll probably end up needing about 1/2 cup of your mayonnaise, and then like a tablespoon of your mustard. I love mustard too. I think it's like an unsung hero. Especially Dijon. Oh my gosh, it just is good.
I know. I love all the mustards, like Dijon mustard, honey mustard, except for like the super yellow mustard that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
I'll still eat that, but that's not like my go-to.
I'll eat it on like a hamburger or hot dog. But really,
yeah, exactly.
Nothing else.
It's classic,
All right, and then we want to add salt and pepper to this. Which TT, where can I find salt and pepper? Oh, right here. Oh, TT got fancy salt and pepper.
Weddings.
We have a question.
Can you add other condiments like hot sauce? Where's the hot sauce?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You could if you wanted to, if you like things spicy, for sure. again, this is very versatile, and you should make it to how you like it. So if you like hot sauce, for sure add in some hot sauce. Do you like hot sauce, Crystal?
I do like hot sauce, and apologies, I'm looking for my salt and pepper. If you give me
no worries. So if you guys are just joining us, oh wait, we have another question.
Yes, question. Crystal, since you don't cook, how do you normally eat?
That's a very, very good question. I have an amazing partner who loves to cook, and she can cook all the things. And so I eat very well, and I'm very thankful for that. I also order, you know, especially during quarantine. She was cooking probably every single meal for the first like 2 months solid. And then she was like, yeah, you should order something. I'm kind of like done.
It's closed.
Right. Like I'm good. So that's how I eat. You know, I'm self-sufficient. I'm a grown person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't cook. It's just not my thing. My mother was a great cook. She really wanted me to cook, and she tried to get me into the kitchen, and it's just not for me. But I can follow directions.
Yeah, you're doing awesome right now. For
so,
sure.
You know, I'm feeling good about this chicken salad, this curry chicken salad. I haven't found my pepper.
Well, you can go ahead and take your time. I have another question for you. Oh, what is your favorite thing that your partner makes?
What's your favorite thing? What?
Your partner's name is Sasha, right?
I'm sorry. I'm getting turned around trying to find this pepper, but I got it.
I said, your partner's name is Sasha?
Yeah, Sasha.
So what is your favorite thing that Sasha makes?
Ooh, that's a good question. So many things. She makes a really amazing tortilla soup, chicken tortilla soup. Sorry, how much pepper?
As much as you want, as much as they're little.
Okay.
You're about to stir it and then taste it, so then you can figure out how you need to adjust it.
I think I need to add a little more salt because I put way more pepper. The chicken tortilla soup is my new favorite because she just made that, you know, like maybe in the last couple of weeks, and it was really, really good. And I was like, I think I could, you know, getting into the winter time, I can get into this. Okay, here's mine. How's mine looking?
Yeah, this is mine. Both of ours look just a touch dry, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm gonna taste it and see how it feels, and then see what I want to add. And you should do the same. This is like the most important thing. If you are not an avid cooker, even if you are a cook, is to taste your food, because what is the point of making something and not even knowing what it tastes like before you put it on your plate?
I may not cook, but I definitely eat, so I can taste it and know if it's right or not.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's wrong with mine. It needs a little bit more mayo. The curry flavor is perfect. I put just the right amount of curry. It needs a little bit more salt and more lemon. I'm a lemony person. I love acid.
Mine, I think, I haven't put the mustard in yet. Have we done the mustard?
Yeah, 1 tablespoon of mustard.
Oh, I missed the mustard. So hold on, let me add my mustard. I think that's what it's gonna
appreciate. Set it off for you. Oh, we have a question?
Question. What kind of vessels can you use to eat this chicken salad?
Oh, funny you should ask what kind of vessels you should use. You could use a fork, which is what I'm going to do. But as I recommended, people at home, and Crystal did so well following instructions, you can eat it as a sandwich on bread with lettuce. Definitely recommend putting a little bit of mayo or toasting your bread with some butter. Just because bread is dry, so even though your chicken salad is wet, you still need to have like some layer of moistness on your bread. You can eat it straight, like in a lettuce cup or a collard green wrap. I would suggest blanching your collard green wrap beforehand.
Ooh, collard green wrap, that's fancy.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's next level. Next time you're here.
Next level. All right. Let me get down with the chicken salad first, and then we'll get on to the collard green wraps. I'm adding a little lemon to mine. I added in my mustard. I did add a little bit more curry powder to mine because I think it wasn't quite curry-y enough.
Yeah, and then that is totally, like, now we're just adjusting, right? So it's really about your taste, what you like. And I can be the best chef in the world, but I cannot tell you what you like. So you fix it to how you like it. You have all the tools. you need more moistness, mayonnaise, lemon juice, more acidity, lemon juice. A little bit more spiciness will be the mustard. If you want that just more intense curry flavor, curry powder. Yeah.
Those extra couple of dashes, that did it.
Now you got it? Perfect. Perfection.
I got it.
All right, I'm going to taste mine one more time after I added all that lemon juice and salt. Now, yep, I got it too. I'm not a fan of this chicken texture, though. It's a little mushy.
Mine was good.
Thanks.
Don't buy cheap chicken.
Don't buy chicken at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock at night on a Sunday in Harlem because all the good chicken's gone.
I mean, listen, I've been telling you all how wonderful New York is, but we haven't talked about Brooklyn. I'm not gonna go there right now, but just know my chicken is good. My chicken is Brooklyn banging over here.
No,
okay?
no, stop that way. All right, so Crystal, if you would like to assemble a sandwich so you can show the people at home how beautiful it could look. Because I did not buy bread or lettuce. I don't know what I was thinking. The chicken, not having the chicken in the store really threw me off. Again, I'm going to be eating this right out of the bowl. This will last in your fridge for like 3 to 4 days. So it's something, again, really good to make. And, you know, now we're all at home basically working. So you just have it in your fridge. It's something healthy and light to eat for lunch. It's fulfilling because it's very flavorful with the curry powder. Oh, we have a question?
We have a comment from Chris Coy. He said, Brooklyn sounds nice.
See? Wrong way, Crystal. We're not friends.
So I'm just putting the lettuce on.
Yep, so you're going to put just a
This is
slight
pre-washed,
layer
by
of
the way.
mayonnaise on your
Pre-washed
bread.
lettuce.
And then put your butter lettuce. I really like the butter lettuce that I recommended when you're building sandwiches or if you're making like lettuce wrap cups because it just holds a little bit better than like a romaine. I don't even know what other kind of little gem. I don't like red leaf lettuce is not really my favorite, but yeah.
I'm gonna put mayonnaise on one side and mustard on the other because I like mustard.
Do you like mustard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the other additions in chicken curry salad are raisins, which is disgusting. Don't do that.
I hate raisins. I really do.
But they do add another touch of sweetness and cashews if you want just more crunchiness. Oh, TT has. You want to add some cashews in this? You're gonna be eating it.
Yeah, sure.
We have the addition of some cashews here. I actually had cashews at home too.
I don't have any cashews for mine over here, but
it's cool because
I'm
you're
very
going
excited
on
to
a
eat the
sandwich,
sandwich,
so
by the way. And I'm proud. I'm proud of my
I'm
creation.
sure.
Here.
I'm sure Sasha is too. She had a break for one day.
Yes. All right.
So
should I
what
show
are
you my sandwich?
Oh, is it done already? You were fast.
Done. Let me see. There it is.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. That looks
Yeah.
very over there. Let me show you guys mine. Which is not nearly as beautiful in this bowl, but actually it looks kind of nice here.
Yours is good.
Yeah. So before we go, I know you told us how we can support you, but what are you doing in the time coming up to your city council election? Like, what does your life look like in terms of pursuing this position?
In terms of like campaigning or in general, because my life is basically in shambles. Running for office, it's not easy, and I think a lot of people take it for granted. There's a lot of sacrifice involved in running for office, and then of course, you know, being a caregiver for my mother, we've had to, you know, sort of make accommodations and shift and figure out like if this can actually even work. And thankfully, because I have such a wonderful partner, we have been able to make it work. But you know, it's knocking on doors, it's making phone calls, it's standing out in the street, talking to people who are willing to talk to me, telling people who I am and, you know, why I'm running, and reminding people that the election isn't until next year. And encouraging people, honestly, to vote in a local election. I mean, everybody's coming out for this election We just learned that over 1 million people voted early in New York City, which is amazing and I'm sure unprecedented. So congratulations and kudos to everybody who voted already and voted early. But then this happens now in 2020, and then come June 2021, when my election is up, you're not going to see nearly the same turnout because people aren't as engaged at the local level. They're not as educated on, local level politics, municipal elections. And so it's also encouraging people just to come out and to vote and to make sure, their voice is heard and counted at the local level.
Yeah. We have a question?
No question. Can you tell us about the historic nature of your campaign?
Yes. Another great question. So if I'm elected, I would actually be the first Black out gay woman. I always say out because, sometimes you just never know.
True.
But I would be the first gay Black woman elected ever at the city level. I believe also at the state level, but again, that's where like the nuance of being out is important. But it's crazy that in 2020, I would make history as the first Black gay woman elected to the city council. I think a lot of times we talk about how far we've come without really understanding how far we really still have to go. And if that's going to make history in 2020, then we clearly have a very long way to still go.
Yeah, I think if anything that this year has particularly highlighted how far we still have to go.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's been a lot. Let's not even go there.
I know. Let's stay focused on the positive.
Yes.
Election day is 2 days away. Today was the end of early voting. I feel good about where we are as a nation. And so I hope, we carry this momentum into 2021.
I totally agree. And then can you just tell us one more time? You haven't even taken a bite of your sandwich, have you?
I wasn't, can I do that? I mean,
I just had you talking about yourself. Yeah, let's taste our.
All right, let me back up from the camera a little bit. So
now that I put my cashews in here. Okay.
That's good.
Proud of
That's
yourself?
good. That's very good. You got the curry, got the apple.
Yeah. And it's easy, right? You could probably put this together in like 20 minutes if you were not sitting here chatting with me.
And I think I could do it again by myself.
Mm-hmm. It's really, really easy. Question?
Question. When will you post the recipe?
Oh, I will be posting. So, for all the people who watch Real Life Cooking, I've gotten really good at posting recipes this season. So you can find all my recipes on chefleen.com under the recipe tab. But this one it takes a couple days because I don't do it beforehand. My life is also in shambles and I'm not running for office. But I just have
it's 2020. I think everybody's life is in shambles right now.
There's just a lot. But yeah, you can find all my information and recipes on chefleen.com. And then Crystal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. This was really fun.
Hanging out with you. And then just tell us one more time where we can support you, find you, let us know. So how we can help make history. Yes,
awesome. Crystal 4BK, CrystalForbK.com. I'm on Twitter at Crystal R. Hudson. I'm on Facebook at Crystal 4BK and Instagram at Chud, CHUD. It's too many different things, I know, but if you find me in one place, you should hopefully be able to find me in all.
It's all listed. We have one final question.
One final question. Do you have any advice for Tuesday for Chris's anxiety?
For election day anxiety, what are you going to do on election day?
I was going to ask you if I was able to drink on the show.
You are, for sure.
But I've got it here at the ready. Just keep a bottle nearby. Pray, whatever you do, meditate, take a moment. I think we have to also keep in mind that whatever happens, we will be okay. We have to trust and believe in that. It may take us a while to feel that way, but we will be okay. There's going to be some force somewhere, some shift that no matter what happens, we'll be good. And so I think we just have to like hold on to that. But I will be drinking in the meantime.
I really appreciate that because I think you're the first person that has said that, because we're all looking at this election like it's end all be all. But
Yeah.
like, the sun is going to rise on Wednesday, no
Absolutely.
matter what happens. And I think it is just really important to keep as positive energy as possible into the air, into the world, doing by whatever means necessary. If you need some wine, you need some tequila,
Right.
whatever you need to do, just try to keep a positive attitude and stay
You
off
have
the
to.
stay off the news.
Yeah.
But the sun is going to rise on Wednesday, no matter
It
what.
will. And positivity is like how we get through things, you know? So you have to stay positive. You have to look at the bright side. And like you said, the sun will rise on Wednesday morning.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much. We are almost at our hour. It's such a
Thank
pleasure.
you. This has been great. I never knew I could
and-
make a curry chicken salad, but here I have done it. So I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you. I will see you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.